When I was young in the Philippines, I grew up poor. My mother never worked. My father was, when I grew up, he was a waiter on a restaurant. And then he became a government employee with a very low pay. And we were really hard up. I have 4 siblings, and the money that my father earns is just enough for us to buy food. Not even enough to like pay for college when we grew up. So from a young age, like I just didn't like becoming poor. I don't like being poor. I see my uncle, my father's brother, like he's rich. He owns a grocery store. He owns like gasoline stations. He owns farms. He owns like cows. So I said, I want to be like my uncle, a businessman, an entrepreneur. That is a very important mindset. Because if you have a mindset that you really want to be wealthy, it will drive you. It will drive you to accomplishment. So I get out of college, I got married, went to the United States, and in the United States, when we went here, my wife and I, we came here with just $100 of borrowed money. I didn't have money. I was 22 years old. And then I lost my dream of becoming an entrepreneur because I was new to the United States. I don't know anybody. I end up working in some like Dunkin' Donut place and then work in a regular 9-to-5 job. And then when I was 28 years old, I was invited to a network marketing meeting. So that was a very eye-opening for me. I saw again that dream inside of me of making a lot of money because I learned that there's another way to earn money. Instead of being a 9-to-5 worker, I could be a network marketer, sell something, and make a lot of money like those people that I saw in that network marketing meeting. So the dream came back to me. Like, I want to make a lot of money. I want to be rich. I can make it in America, but I don't know anybody in America. But then I know that I can learn. Now, this is another very important thing. I knew that I have to be trained, so I listened to a lot of audio tapes on how to become a network marketer. I read a lot of books of successful people. I became a student of self-development. That's very important. You should always be on a program of self-development, upgrading your mind, upgrading your enthusiasm. So for instance, to become a top doctor, a top lawyer, it requires so many schools of learning, of studying, and you have to do better than everybody else. The same thing in network marketing. You have to have a lot of time studying and developing the skill on how to build it. Okay, so what happened to me was I learned about network marketing when I was 28 years old. And then a year later, when I was 29, so I tested it part-time. By the time I was 29 years old, I said, that's it. I quit my job and I said, I'm just gonna do network marketing full-time. If that's what it takes to make it big in network marketing, and I'm gonna go for it and I'm gonna be rich. So it's that belief inside of me was there even when I was younger. In fact, I can recall when I was in my early 30s, again, I was working in a real estate, okay? So I'm on my own already in sales. I did a lot of selling. I did real estate, I did life insurance, I did Amway, I did Melaleuca, I did Herbalife, and other network marketing. But I remember at my office, I have a picture frame. At the back of my office is a picture of like dollars, money. And then there's a note there that says, my first million. Okay? So even at a young age, I'm already shooting for my first million because I learned from the books, I learned from people who made it If you can make your first million, and then the second, the third, and the fourth million becomes easy, you know? You just have to be able to make that first one, and the rest follows. So I work for it. I learned about time management. I learned about goal setting. I learned about planning. I read all the books that I could read about becoming a salesperson. Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn, Anthony Robbins, you name it. I have a collection, Agmandino. At the time, there were no YouTube videos like today. You had to buy their audio tapes. It's so expensive. Like I remember buying audio tapes for $120 for like a set of like 6 audio tapes. So, like I said, it's very important that you develop your skill. It's not just enthusiasm. You have to develop the skill. So, 20 years. For 20 years before Enagic, that was my schooling on how to build a big organization. Okay, but what was happening was I would join a company and then the company will have problems and then I would stop. Or I would join a company and I could not make it. Like for instance, when I first started in this company called Amway, I was asked to put together some meetings, and after my second meeting, one person joined me and I still could not make any money. I think I made $8 for a few months. I said, I quit. I don't like this anymore. But then this thing got stuck to my mind. The idea that he said, I would rather earn 1% of 100 men's effort than 100% of my own effort. You know? So I'm always looking at that idea where if I could recruit 5 people and those 5 people will recruit 5 each, that's going to be 25 people, right? And then if those 25 people recruit 5 each, that's going to be 125 people. If those 125 people recruit 5 each, that's going to be 600. Okay, to make the long story short, that remained in my mind. Like, I'm going to keep finding a company. I'm going to keep working until I'm able to build a huge organization. Okay, I lost count of how many houses I already built and buy. I'm staying right now here in the Philippines. I have 4 houses in New York. The last house I bought in New York is a huge, beautiful house by the beach. One of the most beautiful houses in New York City. It's near a marina. We have a boat. You could go boating by the Statue of Liberty. It's overlooking the ocean.